Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are here back in Farming Simulator 22. I don't know what I just tried to have come out of my mouth, but it wasn't right. As you can see, it is 5:30 in the morning, at least in game time. Yeah. We have a few things on our plate today. Let's take the ATV here. I don't want to take that one. Let's take the other one. I'm sorry. That one's the wife's. This one's mine. She wanted a little bit beefier one for protection. Me, I don't care. I just like to go out and have fun. So let's go get one of our John Deere tractors. We have a new field that we need to expand on. As you can tell just by driving around, we've already harvested that field. And these two over here to the left, down to the grapevines. I still gotta get that that guy there with the bucket and get that fixed. That's a bad. Get off there. Not for personnel. Yes, it is. Actually, I want this door. So we're gonna hop in here on the 8RX. This one is actually a new one to the mod hub as of this video. I think it came out yesterday or the day before, along with the tanks that you see on here. They actually are functional tanks. As you can see, I have fertilizer in them. They're not gonna do anything while we're plowing. That's more so for when we are planting. But we have a new field to expand on. We bought it, I believe, over the winter time. It was up for sale. It had already been planted, so we actually paid a little bit more for the land, which is fine for me. I didn't want to screw that particular farmer out of crop that he wouldn't be harvesting, so we agreed upon a certain price as well as a percentage of the yield that we got from that. That was only fair. I'm fine with that. I didn't buy it for the crop that was on it. I bought it because of the location, the expansion capabilities that we're going to be doing today. And you can see it just down there on the other side of the river, which you can't really see yet. It's more of a creek anyway. But we're going to expand this quite a bit. And I need to get this plowed up anyway, get it ready to do what we do best. So let's get this down in the ground. And we're just going to go ahead and do the outline here. I'm not going to bring it too close to the road because, quite honestly, you wouldn't actually see a field, you know, right next to the road. It's not right. It's not safe. It's just not good practice. It makes it difficult for vehicles to see, especially when you have an intersection right there that's as dangerous as that one is. We are going to take just a hair closer, but not much. Because I do want to take full advantage of this field. But yeah, we're just going to leave a line of grass along the road for safety reasons. You know, people need to pull off for whatever reason. Because the last thing I need is for people to have a reason to drive into my field and get stuck, and we have to come down, pull them out, you know, all that funness. While we've been away and while we have not been filming, we did buy another barn. It's for pigs this time. So we are slowly expanding our animal capacity. I thought about doing another cow shed, but we haven't even come close to filling up the one we have, so it didn't make sense to me. Thought about sheep. That's something that I think is going to be in the future, just not yet. And we're going to have to find a spot to build that barn. Yeah, I haven't even done anything. We haven't bought any pigs yet. We haven't done anything aside from have it built. So it's up, it's built. We don't have any roads to it yet. Depending on how long this takes, we may actually do that as part of this video, but I doubt it. But as you can see there, we still have our cows. They're looking lovely as ever. Take that a little bit sharper than I wanted to. Changed my mind on that. The reason why I'm using this instead of like one of the much bigger ones that this tractor can handle is because I can have a lot more precision with this than I can a big wide, 12 meter plow or whatever I have available, which I don't 100% know for certain. So with the way this field is designed, it's as well as some of the other smaller fields I have, I'm thinking about getting a second harvester. We do have the one massive, I think it's 1100X John Deere harvester. I don't remember off the top of my head. With a massive 16 meter, I think it's 16 meter, it's either 14 or 16 meter head on it. Well, bean head, I'll put it that way. Bean, wheat, head type head. Then we do have, of course, the I think we're gonna have to get a get the front loader out here and get that smoothed out a bit. I'm gonna give him a call here real quick. While we're doing this, I'll be right back with you guys. All right. Paul said he's gonna run over the house, grab the front loader, kind of make his way over to this field. He's gonna kind of help me get some areas flattened out a little bit, or at least smooth out to make it easier, because if I'm having trouble plowing with this, I'm not going to be able to easily plant. I'm not going to be able to easily harvest. It's going to be a mess. So if I can get him over here with that front loader to do a lot of that, it'll make my life so much easier. And we did get another beehive over here built. They are supposed to actually help with pollination and things like that, and your harvest percentage. So they are supposed to help with that. I have them all over the farm, so I haven't really paid attention if they actually do anything like that. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and continue around this field. I think I'm going to expand it a little bit on the side closest to the road over here. Just a little bit, because we do have a lot of grass over there. But it is nice because it makes it easier if I need to bring a grain truck over here instead of just using the a grain semi truck, that is, instead of using what I normally do with the auger wagon. So, especially with me expanding this field like I am, we may actually need to be aware of the possibility of needing the grain semi-truck brought over. But since we have the space, we're going to go ahead and do this. Worst case, I can just plant it with seed later down the road, grass seed that is, and turn it back into grass. So yeah, with it being a beautiful July 2nd out here in Farming Simulator world, at least in my Farming Simulator world, here on Elm Creek, I figured it doesn't hurt to get up bright and early at 5:30 in the morning, and get out into the fields and get some work done. Tomorrow, we are contracted to haul a trailer full of, I think it's potatoes, across state lines. One of my neighbors is having issues with their semi-truck, and they asked me to haul their contract for them. And yes, I am charging them for it because it's wear and tear on my equipment. It's not because I'm a jerk. It's because it's the nature of the game. They were willing to do it before I even said anything. They understand, as they are farmers themselves, they are well aware of all the hard work that it can take to keep equipment up and running. So that is on the plate for tomorrow. And as far as you guys go, maybe a week from this video coming out that you'll see that. But that's going to be another early start for us. So we're going to be working on this field till dinner time-ish, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And we're going to be calling it an early night because that is going to be taking quite a bit. It's a long drive. Like I said, it's across state lines. I don't know 100% where they're wanting us to take it. They're going to give me all that details in the morning. They gave me a rough estimate as to where they think it's going. It's a place that they haven't been to themselves. Not yet, anyway. This was supposed to be the first load. So yeah, he hasn't been out here yet. I did wake him up, so he might be hopping in the shower and whatnot. Just told him as long as he gets out of here before I get done plowing, which, you know, might be in the next hour or two, depending on how this ground is, but it's going pretty good. Don't seem to be having any issues. We had the tines and everything else on the plow themselves. We inspected those yesterday because of knowing full well that I was getting up first thing this morning to do this work. I wanted to make sure that we were good and ready to go. But with this being freshly plowed ground, I do expect, like you see there on the ground, plenty of rocks to deal with. I just hope we don't hit any massive boulders and break a tine, because with as small as this is, that will not be pretty. But we're going to continue on here, getting this field plowed up. This little 8RX, it is a very nice tractor. There are some changes to it. It's even though we had an 8RX in the mod hub, this is part of a pack which includes the tanks and then the new planter that I got. So it's designed to all work together. This 8RX has certain settings on it to accept the tanks. This is I have this set up to be the heavy version, which gives you wider tracks. It gives you the weights on the front. The regular one that's designed for the tanks does not give you the weights in the front. It does not give you, it gives you thinner tracks than what you see on mine. Those are the only two options that I saw as far as being able to use the tanks. Yes, you can get it and set it up however you want. It's just if you want to use the tanks, you have to do a certain way. Basically, and it gives you plenty of options otherwise. So it's not a bad thing by any means. As we hop up into the cab, you know, with the tanks there, you can see that you still have plenty of visibility. Oop, missed a patch. Let's go backwards and gear out that. Got plowed under. There we go. Visibility in the 8RX is amazing, as you can tell. Even with these tanks back here, because you still have full visibility of your hitch. As my phone is ringing. Hey look, it's saying it's a telemarketer. How about we not answer that? I love being on the no-call list and getting these telemarketer calls. Anyway, that can just go to voicemail. Yeah, the visibility is awesome. And it actually looks like it's, obviously it looks like it's designed for the tank. It's got the turn signals, it has running lights, brake lights, as you can see. So you do have the flexibility, the capability of running these extra tanks. Like I said, as of right now, I've only found them to be able to be used with the seeder that is part of the pack, but it's not. I say that because it is, I'm pretty sure it is separate as far as being able to download from the 8RX. but the planner itself does have an option to select where it'll hook up to these tanks so they can be used. And when I go to plant this field and the other fields that I got, hopefully I make the decision to use that planter, because that's more so for corn, soybeans, sunflowers. Which, since I have a sunflower rendering plant, I may make a field of sunflowers. I'm not sure yet. Sunflowers or canola, because that can process both. But through here, we're still kicking up some rocks. It is, like I said, it's a brand new field for me, so that's to be expected. I don't know how well it was taken care of prior to me getting it. It's just one of those things that we're dealing with. So once we do this second pass, what I'm going to do is focus on the areas that have not been plowed yet before finishing up this field to get this completely plowed up. This is what I just kind of do this for all my fields. I get them plowed up, I spread the lime, get it worked in, and then I do a coating of either manure or whether it's liquid or solid. I guess that would be slurry or manure. I don't know. I'm not 100% up to speed on my farming terms, but I'm getting there. I still love this game. It's very relaxing for me. I'm sure you guys are going, just shut up and just play the game. Let us watch. But at the same time, you guys can play this too. It's on Steam. And yes, I am keyboard catting. As I've said in my last video, which I think was in my last ATS video? I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was my last ATS video. I mentioned that I don't have my steering setup pulled out because I had family over. I just haven't gotten around to getting that pulled out and set back up. But I also do like to be able to play these games at times and show you guys that aren't able to afford something like a steering wheel setup like I have, which to me is kind of on the cheaper end. It is Logitech, as well as a few other options like the button box and whatnot that I use for ATS, and the heavy hull pack that I use for farming. At least for Farming Simulator, I can't get that into the game with that. I can use a Xbox controller, for example, a lot better in this game and be more comfortable playing than I can with that. That's just me. I know there are plenty of people out there that love using the steering wheel setup. It's more realistic, yet which it is, especially with the side panel. I think it's made by Saytech, something like that. That's more realistic for people, but I just can't get that into the game. I mean, this is a game that I prefer to just get in here, play, have fun with it. If I'm trying to play it seriously, I've tried, guys. I just can't get that into it. I don't know why. It's just the way it is for me. And if I can't get into the game, I'm not going to have fun playing it, and you guys aren't going to enjoy watching me play said game. So we're just going to do things this way. I feel like I say that in almost every video. If that's the case, I apologize, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. There's no other way but to get through it. But we're looking at a little after 7 so far. I may have to give Paul a call again and yell at him to get his butt down here. Because it's going to get to the point now where I'm going to be done, and we're still going to be waiting on him for me to replow that up. Alright. cab interior view here. Yeah, I know, I should have pulled that up, but again, having fun, not really caring because it doesn't actually do any damage to the implements yet. When it starts actually causing damage to the implements, to drag them through turns and backing up with them in the ground, then, you know, we'll start addressing that and having to do this properly. Alright. Let me get Paul on the phone again and see what's going on. See if we can get him out here. Alright. Paul said he's on his way, actually. It's just taking him a little bit to get over here. He's not quite used to the front loader. Sorry, dealing with a text message apparently. That's why you shouldn't text and drive, kids. If I can't do it while farming, you shouldn't do it while driving on the roads. But yeah, he should be coming here shortly. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had gas in that. I had it filled up, or diesel. As I hear my dog whining beside me. Alright, we're just going to do one more. I guess it's going to be a headline pass to get that grass spot over there before coming down the other side. I figure if I'm going over there, I might as well have the plow in the ground. I love the sounds in this game. Just hearing the birds chirping, you know, seeing the dirt flying, unfortunately seeing cars flying past. The animal movements in the game, the look of it. I mean, the only thing better would be to actually be a farmer, but that's way too expensive for me to get into. I mean, considering, you know, a tractor like this is $500,000, or can be. It's like, yeah, that's something as much as I love and appreciate what farmers do, it's not something I would want to get into myself. I mean, the raised garden bed I have out back, that's about as close as I'm going to get. Unless for some reason in the future I buy enough land where I can get, say, a little mini axe or something like that, or a little mini tractor, and decide to just get up, you know, get my own plot of land going, just a little tiny thing, just enough to be able to do what I need to do to raise my own vegetables, more than what I do already, but you know what I mean. Aside from just doing some homesteading type of life in that regard, yeah, farming's not going to be for me in the real world. But that's not to say I don't love staying out my front porch and enjoying the summer weather. The one thing that I do miss about the seasons from 2018, or FS19, I'm sorry, is it actually would give you temperatures. So you could see just how warm it is or how cold it is. I mean, for me, it didn't really do much in terms of your gardening and planting and whatnot. I mean, yeah, at the time of the year did, but depending on what mod you were using as far as location. But being able to see that, oh, it's, you know, July 2nd and it's 85 degrees. I'm sitting here on, it's January 27th as I'm recording this in, you know, Western Ohio, and if I wasn't in here, I'd be outside, and it's not even 20 degrees out. Yesterday I woke up, it was -7. So being able to play a game, and for me to be able to see that it's, you know, 80 degrees or whatever outside, makes me miss the summertime. Now granted, you know, when it gets to be wintertime and it says -2, that makes me even warmer because I'm already inside a warm house. I know that might make me weird, but I'm one of the few people around me, it feels, that actually enjoys winter. Because right now, I'm looking outside, it's about, like I said, it's 20, not even 20 degrees. And we have maybe like a couple inches of snow on the ground from the last few days. I guess we're just supposed to be getting flurries off and on. I love it when there's a little bit of snow on the ground. I love it when we have just flurries flying around. What I don't like are the blizzards, which I'm sure everyone can attest to. You know, when it starts to get dangerous, that's when I go, all right, I'm done, I'm staying in. I'm not going outside. I wish work would be able to see it that way, but they kind of want us to show up for work and do our jobs. You know, selling goods to people. Because, you know, it encourages people to get out and actually buy stuff when they really shouldn't be. That's a story for another day. Is it just me, or does that look flattered? Was he able to come out and get that done without me even noticing? Sure looks like it's flattered. How was he able to do that and not really... Paul, I must know your secrets. Alright, let's see if we can get that patch. That'll work. I can get it with this plow. I should be able to get it with just about anything. Granted, that header, the bean header I have, is a little crazy in that regard, but you almost have to hit things a certain way in order for it to actually harvest. So I don't know how long I'm going to be keeping that header. I might go back to a different one, but I do like the size of it. That's about it. You know, having, what I say, 14, 16, 18 meter long header, it's nice. Alright, so while we get the rest of this grass plowed up, I'm gonna let the time-lapse farmer go. Mr. Time-lapse, you know your drill. Do your thing. Alright guys, so as we finish up the last bit of this field here plowing, we're going to call this one a video. I mean, I've already told you my plans for this field and what we're going to do with it. We have quite a few rocks in here that we need to pick, so we're going to do that next, followed by getting some lime on the field. Then cultivating it, everything in, spreading manure or slurry or something like that. And then seeing what we can do and trying to make a decision on what to plow or what to plant for. Then just reminder guys that we have a nice little trip coming up here. Taking one of our Mack trucks to do a load for a fellow farmer. So guys, as always, if you happen to like what you see, if you catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post, and not just a select few here and there. So with that being said, guys, until next time, take care. Peace.